Yeah, thank you, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Victor Obasuyi, and the channel is My Take on It, Dr. Victor Obasuyi. Today, I'm going to be talking about the topic: the grass is not always greener on the other side. The grass is not always greener on the other side. I saw a video 2 days ago about a Cameroonian that traveled from the US back home. He had a party, as most of us would do, invited close friends over, and one of them ended up poisoning him. That would have been out of envy, although I don't know what the true story is. I'm not sure if it probably because of a seed that he sowed in the past. I don't know. But the truth is, people back home tend to think that those of us abroad pluck money from trees. So everybody, people want to do whatever it takes to come over. They don't care what it takes. Even the ones that are doing very well, forget that most of us abroad live on mortgages and credit cards. Back home, most things you buy, you pay it off at that initial stage. So you have little or no debts. A lot of us abroad live on debts. You get your car, finance it, pay bit by bit. You want a house, you get your house, you pay the mortgage bit by bit. Interest rate is not much. So most times if you have a reasonably decent job, you can afford a house and a car. So most times people see those pictures, they believe, oh wow, this guy is very rich. Look at all the things that he owns. They don't know that you're still paying for them. Back home, they don't owe on most of the things that they own. They owe them outright. So you ask me who's richer? The person that owns his own outright, or the person that has more expensive properties but is still paying for them? Of course, the one that paid his or her own outright is richer. But unfortunately, it's very difficult to convince people back home how these things operate. What you hear is, if you don't want me to come, say it. A lot of people that travel abroad, most that you see that come home to flaunt their wealth and throw money around, a lot of them are illegitimate wealth. Illegitimate. Seldom do you find somebody that made their money legitimately coming to throw it around. Very seldom. And out of the 100% that travel, maybe 20% are the ones that really make it legitimately again. The others are just getting by. They just get by. So for those at home to be envying people outside the country, most times it doesn't make sense. I think if you're doing reasonably well back home, it's good to stay. Enjoy your money. You're more comfortable. Most of you can afford to have house help, can afford to have drivers, can afford to have, like, a lot of those things we can't afford them here. The truth is we cannot afford them. So if you're living life legitimately and you can afford those things, then please stay where you are. Don't waste your time thinking the grass is green on the other side. I have to travel abroad. If it's for safety reasons, like in Nigeria, most of us know right now it's not safe, then okay. But for economic reasons, most times it's not really worth it. The grass is not always green on the other side. Wherever you are, water your grass, it will become green. It might take a little longer. But eventually it will. But my own concern is, whatever you're doing, do it legitimately. Some people have killed their parents just because they want to travel abroad, because they want to make quick money. Some have even killed their siblings. Money rituals everywhere, especially in Nigeria these days, because you want to buy a Benz, you want to own a big car. But the question is, after you buy the car, what next? As human beings, our wants are insatiable. Contentment is the key in life. The grass is not always greener at the other side. Um, I remember there was a video I watched one time, and Oprah had asked Michelle Obama what was the first thing that she wanted to do when they left the White House. Her answer shocked me. She said she wanted to live in a house where she could leave the windows open. Who would have thought something as basic as that, leaving the window open for fresh air to come in, would be the top first thing that she would be the top on her priority. But as human beings, most times what we don't have is what we think is the biggest deal. A lot of people will kill to be in her position. But think about it. She was in the White House praying for the day she will leave so she can be in a house where she can keep the windows open. So I think in life, contentment is key. Wherever you find yourself, your happiness will not come from all the material things in the world unless you are contented with what you have. Or else you're going to always ask for, you're always going to want more. Because as human beings, our wants are insatiable. It's normal. But we must learn to condition our mind to understand that, look, whatever we have, be happy with it. Whatever extra you need, do it legitimately. You kill somebody to get to the next level or to occupy their seat. You get there and then you start asking yourself, what next? If you're not satisfied with that, you want the next one. Then you have to kill again. At the end of the day, you have so much blood on your hand. How happy can you be with that? So the grass is always green on the other side. Whatever we have, let's learn to be contented with it. Life is too short to leave a very bad legacy behind. The grass is not always green on the other side. It's up to us to decide if we want our grass to be green or not. Whatever we want in life, if we are patient enough and we work hard enough, we'll get it. We'll get it legitimately. At the end of the day, you have peace of mind. Nobody will be chasing you. The whole idea of I want to travel abroad, you do whatever it takes to get there because you see a few people coming back home within 2 or 3 months with fleet of cars, buying houses everywhere. A lot of those money that you see, they are not legitimate. A lot of them are not legitimate. I've traveled far and wide. I've never seen any country where they have a tree or trees where people go and pluck money. People build their wealth gradually. So the idea of I'll do whatever it takes for me to skip from where I am right now to the topmost position shouldn't be. Because you're going to get there and ask yourself, what next? Was it all? Or is it all there is to this? and you won't be able to answer the question. Because you think once you get there, you'll be happy and everything. But trust me, if you do it illegitimately, you get there and ask yourself, what next? Your conscience will always prick you. So please, the grass is not always green on the other side. Work on making your grass turn green. The price the other person paid for theirs, most times you're not willing to pay the same price. You're not ready to do it when they tell you what they actually paid for to get to that point. People want power at all costs. They want wealth at all costs. The grass is not always green on the other side. That person that you see with so much power, so much money, most times they don't sleep well at night. Let's learn to be contented with whatever we have, and the world will be a much better place. Everybody wants to be comfortable. Very true. But do it legitimately. That at the end of the day, when you go to sleep, you sleep very well. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. I'll see you guys at the next video.